Hi everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I'm Peter, and this is Connor.
Hey guys.
We're going to talk about The Flash, Season 2, Episode 21. It's called The Runaway Dinosaur. Full spoilers for the episode as always. No, wasn't dinosaurs in it, much to my
A little bit
disappointment.
disappointing,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was hoping for a T-Rex, but yeah, whatever. But yeah, full spoilers as always on this show. So we really liked last week's episode, and this week I think it was solid. I think
I really liked it.
it maintained a lot of the tone
Yeah.
from last week, which I liked. We did hope that he'd be gone for a while
Yeah, but
because we thought that'd maybe be interesting. But hey, they've not done that, and that's fine. So we got Barry in the Speed Force. Let's talk about that first.
yeah. Where to begin?
See when Fake Joe
Yeah.
started saying "we." Did you instantly think this is the Speed Force talking, or did your mind start going to things that could be from DCU?
I went straight to Speed Force, to be honest.
Oh,
I knew
yeah.
I figured this was. What did you go to?
I don't know. I was thinking, is this a monitor or something? Like, my head was going down
Eh.
that direction for a little bit, and then he just basically said he was a Speed Force. I'm like, okay, right, it's just the Speed Force has a voice. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I just figured it was Speed Force pretty quickly. I don't know.
No, I mean, I knew he was in the Speed Force, but
Yeah, that's why I just figured that's what
yeah.
it was. I just thought it was like a manifestation of it, I suppose.
Uh, um, although part of me wonders if is it actually like the Speed Force having a voice and being sentient, or is it just Barry's own manifestation?
I'm more inclined to think that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Because it feels more
That's
like
that's
that.
why it's things that he recognizes.
Yeah, yeah. And I knew the last one was going to be his mum.
Oh yeah.
It was all pointing in that direction, wasn't it?
Was.
And I did actually almost teared up a little bit when she quoted Flashpoint
Mm.
at the end when she was telling me to go back.
Yeah,
That was
it
nice.
was lovely.
I think for people who actually read the comics, that was a nice little moment. Um, but that was fine. It was mostly just him sort of self-reflecting. I think all the stuff in the real world is perhaps the more interesting stuff to talk about with this one. Um, so let's start with Jesse and Wally, since we made a big deal about them last week.
Mm.
So they both have reacted slightly differently to what happened last week. I say reacted, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they're in different paths, as it were. Wally seems fine, right? Although Joe suspects things.
Yeah.
That was an amusing scene. I actually thought that was really well done. I also Iris proper cracked me up with "I bought you that cup."
And he just ignores her.
I really that line did crack me up.
Yeah.
That was good. Whereas Jessie, on the other hand, went into a coma a la Barry.
She went full Barry.
She went full Barry, and when he woke her up at the end of the Speed Force, that basically confirms, I think, to everyone, even though we knew it already. But like, I think that's like, yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
there was the little lightning jolt,
yeah,
and like, yeah, okay.
she's got Speed Force in her. She's ready to rock and roll. Wally, I'm not so sure what they're doing here. I don't know if they're just going to say it's dormant until something, or
Yeah, is it a bit of a bait and switch sort of thing?
because we know he's going to get powers eventually because he's Wally West. He has to.
Yeah.
Um, but was both of them getting the blasted last week like a sort of just like a tease, because we were like, oh, both of them are getting the powers at the same time. What?
It feels a bit weird to tease it with Wally West like that.
It does.
It kind of feels a bit cheap if it is just a tease.
Yeah. That said, I feel like it isn't. I feel like there's still going to be a repercussion. I just feel like they're trying to play it as if he hasn't until the right moment.
Yeah, I feel with this, Jesse could show something in the next episode and the last one, and could be because there's 23, right?
Yeah, there's two left. I can see her
Yeah.
showing her powers in the final episode, and then next season we develop her over the season.
But Wally, I think, will get nothing till season 3.
Possibly. Although part of me suspects, is he being a smarty pants here? Is he aware what Joe's trying to do? And is
Perhaps,
choosing not to catch the cup?
but why didn't he go into a coma?
Why didn't Zoom go into a coma?
It's a fair point.
Yeah, so
It's a very fair. Yeah, no,
check
touche.
in, mate. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. So I still think they might wrangle this to be the start of how he gets powers. It just might take, I don't know,
yeah.
another jolt from something. I don't know. But no, that was fun. Actually, oddly, one of the things I want to talk about the most in this episode is Iris.
Yeah,
Because Iris was pretty on point this episode.
I have to agree there. Surprisingly so.
No, I think she's been kind of working a little bit better over the course of this season. I think she was fun in Earth 2. She, last week, her speech that we were kind of dreading about confessing her feelings,
Was not awful.
yeah, ended up not being that bad. In this episode, she is proactive. She's trying to think of solutions. She's a proper member of the team, and she has a couple of good moments. I mentioned the joke that I thought was really funny. I
Yeah.
thought her and Cisco working together was actually kind of a hoot.
I really liked, right at the start when they're in the morgue and
Get
and,
behind me.
and yeah, get behind me. No, you get behind me.
And I like how Cisco doesn't even argue. He's like, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
okay, I'll be behind you.
I made my offer. Now it's fine. I can be a pussy.
Also, that actor who played Liv's boyfriend on iZombie Season 2, and then Cisco shouting out iZombie, was quality.
That cracked me up so much.
Especially since when he was first on the show, he hadn't been on iZombie yet,
Yeah.
and now he has been on iZombie. So that was really funny. Although, when he was a zombie on iZombie, he didn't have metal powers, so...
No, but
that's
I
new.
appreciated the shout out either way.
Yeah, that was a fun little synergy shout out, I'll call that. But no, I thought Iris was actually really likeable in this episode.
Yeah.
And I hope that's a sign that they're kind of nailing her character a bit better. And
I hope it means they actually know what to do with her now. Because I feel like for a while they've kind of been like,
yeah,
just don't really know what her role is on the team.
yeah, she just kind of stands around. I feel like obviously she's not going to be one of the scientists, but you can let her be, be someone who comes up with plans and strategies. She's a smart person. There's no need to.
Yeah, and she was out there like doing she was running.
Yeah, not as fast as the Flash, but she was running.
But she was doing field work essentially.
I actually really like Joe's face when Iris was like, "Okay, I'll be the bait," and then Joe's like,
Just question: does she run all the way to Star Labs? Because how fucking far is that place? Because I always thought it was like the other side of the city. Or like, I always got the impression it was on the outskirts of the city, and Barry zoomed there.
She's in good shape. I mean,
She is, but she didn't even seem out of breath when she turned up.
maybe it's not as far as you think.
Maybe not.
Maybe it's like a 20-minute jog. I mean,
It could be. I have no reference, to be honest. It's just
yeah, it could be 20 minutes.
I always got the illusion that it was further.
Yeah. I don't even have anything to say to it. But, no, so... No, Iris, on point in this episode. There was just a nice little tinge of... Even Wally as well, I thought, had just a little bit more personality.
Yeah. I want to say I think this was the perfect episode for Kevin Smith to direct.
Why
Because
is that?
I think his strength is characters sitting around and talking. And for the most part, that's what this week was for a lot of this episode. There wasn't a lot of over-the-top action. There wasn't a lot of stuff. I think that played to his strengths.
Not this week, but next week on Screams After Midnight, we review a film called Holidays, which is an anthology film, and he directs one of the pieces. And I think the dialogue in that movie is absolutely dreadful. So,
I'm not saying he writes good dialogue. I'm not saying that.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
just saying
right, okay,
he
fair.
directs it well.
that's fair. Another moment that I thought was really funny was when Barry came back, Wells and Cisco... Cisco's rhyming off everything that's happened in the short time that Barry's been gone, and Wells just kind of keeps sort of agreeing and almost interrupting and not quite, and just
like let him finish.
and then at the end they both shout out Plan H because Cisco early on joked that plans A through G didn't work.
Yeah, that cracked me up.
So there was a nice fun bubbliness to a couple of the character interactions in this week's episode, which I thought was good. And I hope that carries forward. And I don't see why it shouldn't, because a lot of it's there already. Wells can be pretty funny, given the chance. So, hopefully that carries forward. Especially since Iris is obviously a pretty prominent character, so it's nice if they...
I really enjoyed this episode more than I was expecting to, perhaps. When I knew, pretty early on that it was just going to be nothing major happening plot-wise, I thought,
then Barry's
I was wondering is this going to feel like a bit of a step back after last week's major ramp-up?
Yeah, this was about Barry coming home, really.
Yeah.
And maybe setting up the idea that the other characters are all... They don't have superpowers, well, some of them might soon, but they're all perfectly. What's the word I'm looking for? They not dependable. They can solve things on their own.
Yeah,
There's a word I'm looking for, and I'm not quite
independent.
Independent, maybe.
Independent of Barry. I don't know.
Capable. They're capable. There you go. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, that works.
Right. Yeah, they're all capable, and they think things through, and they try and solve problems. And no, it's good. So I'm looking forward to Jesse having powers, and obviously we get the tease at the end of what Zoom's going to be doing for this, presumably 2-part season finale.
Did you clock some of those metahumans? One of them reminded me a lot of a Green Lantern style not Alan Scott Green Flame.
I didn't know. There's a couple of bright colours which I noticed more than anything else.
He's floating. He's got green flame all around him. I was like,
nothing stood out to me huge. I'm assuming they're implying that evil Laurel will be in there because she's in next week's episode.
That makes sense.
So obviously they didn't show it off in the scene, but I'm assuming they'll just say that she was in that pack.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it wasn't as good as last week's, but it did a lot of solid character stuff.
Yeah. It's hard to be as good as last week's, to be fair.
And some fun moments. So, no, good. So that's The Flash. Let us know what you thought of it down below in the comments. Like and subscribe and all that jazz helps us out a lot. We'll see you next time, guys.